Hello there guys, what is going on? Son of Chelsea back here again for another video, and a video I did not expect to be making this evening. I was just scrolling through Twitter and then I saw this and I had to come on and make a video about it, because if this is true, if this does come to fruition, this is going to be absolutely massive and a game changer for Chelsea Football Club. As you can see on your screen now from Matt Law in the Telegraph, Timo Werner has agreed to join Chelsea from RB Leipzig. Matt Law reports that in a coup for Frank Lampard, Germany striker whose buyout clause is 53 million and interested Liverpool has decided to move to Stamford Bridge. Werner has now agreed to join Chelsea on a contract worth almost 200 grand a week, and the club are now expected to agree a deal with Leipzig. The signing will be a significant coup for Chelsea and head coach Lampard, as Werner has been tracked by Premier League leaders Liverpool and their manager Jurgen Klopp. It remains to be seen whether or not Liverpool will make any move to try and hijack Chelsea's bid, but Stamford Bridge insiders are confident of the deal going through. Wow. Just wow, I have to say, and it's weird. It's escalated in recent days, hasn't it? Because the last time I made a video, it was all about Simon Johnson's article in The Athletic about these two marquee signings, and Werner was one of the names listed. Johnson was more talking about Chilwell, and that still being a priority for Frank Lampard. But what Simon Johnson did say that Chelsea were looking to spend big and make big signings this summer, make big statements, especially in attacking areas. And then Matt Law followed that up by saying, I believe it was on Tuesday, that Chelsea were trying to maybe plot a move to hijack Liverpool's attempt to try and sign Werner. And then now, where we are right now, sitting here right now with Werner apparently agreeing to join Chelsea from RB Leipzig. Now, if you don't know a lot about Matt Law, I think, in terms of trusted sources around Chelsea news, especially transfer news, Matt Law, I think, is, for me, top, like almost top for me, because his hit rate in terms of Chelsea news is pretty legitimate. And for him to go out on a limb and say something like this is pretty serious. Now, this does not mean that Werner has signed the dotted line. He's going to be at the bridge next season. He's already, got the blue shirt. Of course, Liverpool, as Matt Law says, could hijack this deal. This could prompt Liverpool to really make a serious effort to sign Werner now. And maybe, that could be a thing that, could change the game. But it does look like Werner has agreed to join Chelsea. It's a major, major deal for Chelsea. It truly is. Not only because it's hijacking a move and getting a player in front of Liverpool, which is massive because of the statement that shows, but also what Werner's going to do to Chelsea's prospects next season. If Werner can replicate anything like what he's done for Leipzig this season, it's going to be a game changer for Frank Lampard. If he can replicate his goal tally, if he can replicate his talent, if he can replicate his performances, you've not only got like a striker, just a normal forward, you've got a player that could potentially play wide as well. So Tammy Abraham and Timo Werner could play in the same team. That's why Jurgen Klopp was so interested in him, because you could play Werner in a variety of positions as he has done before. He's a very modern forward. He's a very fast forward. His movement is incredible. If you've been watching the Bundesliga and Leipzig, I'm sure you would have been impressed by Werner, and he's been a name on the lips of a lot of fans this season in terms of European football, because of his goal rate, because of his talent. What this means for Tammy Abraham, I'm not really sure. I've brought this up before. I think, in terms of going out there and signing a player of the caliber of Timo Werner is a massive statement. It excites Chelsea fans. I'm excited by this. But in terms of the youth revolution, in terms of Tammy Abraham getting those minutes, we don't know what the first team sheet of next season, if I want to stress if once again, if Timo Werner does eventually sign for Chelsea, what that means for Tammy Abraham. It does increase the competition within the first team squad, but Tammy Abraham, of course, as we know, hasn't signed that new deal yet. But Werner, in terms of agreeing to join Chelsea, I think it will raise a lot of eyebrows. It will. And I think it will, prompt a lot of teams maybe to reconsider what they think of Chelsea, or think of what Chelsea are going to be doing next season, how much it will increase Frank Lampard's project of moving forward. Frank Lampard has continuously, I always go back to this, that it was the one time I think Frank Lampard is usually cool, calm and composed in post-match interviews and whenever he speaks about Chelsea as the head coach. It was right after Hull in the FA Cup, and he spoke really quite almost getting on the stage of anger almost, which is a little bit strong. But, he was very frustrated by Chelsea's lack of clinical edge. Chelsea, by their XG this season, are only behind Liverpool and Manchester City in terms of chance creation, but scoring goals consistently has been a big problem for Chelsea. This potentially is the answer to fixing those frustrations and fixing those problems. I'm sure a lot of people will be excited by this, not only judged by the reaction on social media, the reaction of people in my comments who've talked about Werner for a long time and talked about him as a top target. That's what I want to pass off to you guys right now. What do you think about this? Are you shocked like I am in terms of this news? Do you think it will now come to fruition and Timo Werner will officially become a Chelsea player? Let's hope that is the case, because for all the talk of Lampard being backed fully, his first two signings, if Werner does become a Chelsea player, his first two signings are Hakim Ziyech and Timo Werner. Those are two massive statements by the club, two massive signs. They are willing to back Lampard heavily and improve the first team squad, which is what we all want, right? We want to see this balance between bringing through these exciting youth talents like Tammy Abraham, like Mason Mount, like Billy Gilmore, like Reece James, Fikayo Tomori, but also adding that world-class talent. And Timo Werner definitely, for me, is right in that category. He's probably one of the best you can get on the market currently. And it's going to be interesting. Tomorrow, I'm uploading a video with Matisse Armani, Matisse Hoffer, who I'm sure you've seen on the channel before. If you follow Chelsea on social media, I'm sure you know who he is. I've had some great discussions with him. And the funny thing is, this was recorded earlier today. So it's going to be all about, a variety of issues, not just Timo Werner. But we do speak about Werner, and Matisse gives really good insight into his opinions on Timo Werner. So we're just going to have to wait and see now. This is going to be a bombshell. This is going to be something that is going to spiral, I think. Once again, I think it's going to excite Chelsea fans. I think it's definitely going to improve the first team squad. I think it's going to absolutely shake up the first team and shake up the first team squad. Looking at that wage, I think that makes him maybe the highest paid player in the first team squad. I'm not entirely sure. I know N'Golo Kante, I think maybe 190 grand a week. But that would definitely make him the highest paid player, I think, since Eden Hazard left. So I think Timo Werner would become that. And that, I think, shows you how serious Chelsea are. And the reports of Roman going very seriously this summer, and all of the worries about the pandemic and the uncertainty of how that was going to affect Chelsea's transfer business. Well, right here, it shows you really it hasn't. Chelsea have still gone out there and are looking to rebuild the squad to get them back to the top of the Premier League. So thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video. If you did enjoy it, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Follow me on Twitter @SonOfChelsea, and I'll see you again.